Thanks for joining us. I'm Sam Shocker. We're just over an hour away from Barry Morphew being arraigned on the charges he faces for the death of his wife, Suzanne, in 2020. Suzanne went missing from Alamosa County Mother's Day weekend in 2020, but her body wasn't discovered until 3 years later in Saguache County. This is the second time he's faced charges in her death. The previous case against him was dropped just days before trial. But prosecutors say new evidence ties Barry to a tranquilizer found in Suzanne's system. We'll have details on the hearing this afternoon on 9 News. Police in Westminster are looking for any video of a person shooting and leaving a man in a park over the weekend. Police say he was found lying down in the parking lot of Wolf Run Park Saturday morning. They believe the man killed was in his late 20s and had several gunshot wounds. Witnesses say they heard gunshots around 2 a.m., then saw a car leaving that scene. Police have asked residents near the park to check their video cameras between 1:30 and 3 Saturday morning. If you have any information or any video, call Westminster Police. No arrests yet over in Strasburg after one man was killed and 3 other people hurt in a shooting early Sunday morning. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says it happened just before 2 a.m., but they haven't released any other details about the crime. Anyone with information should call the Sheriff's Office. Switching gears here, we're looking at a week in the 50s, so the cold temps definitely in the rear view for now. Joining me now with more details is our senior meteorologist, Chris Bianchi, with our 9 News Weather Impact team. That beautiful picture, I don't know where that was. Was that Horsetooth Reservoir?
That was Lookout, and Lookout.
Gorgeous.
One of the good things there, Sam, as well, within that picture, we were able to see a lot of greenery as well. So that recent snow that we've had, even though it's melting off this week, that is keeping that soil moisture relatively high, which is good news. That'll help out with fire danger over the next few days. There's just enough water within the ground, even with the melting that's going to take place here over the next few days, that'll keep fire danger in check. Now, otherwise, the story here, folks, we're in the 50s, 60s next couple of days. Our fake winter continues for us across the Denver area as well as across Colorado. Already up to 60 degrees for us in Denver so far today out at the airport, 58 Central Park and 57 in the 9 News backyard. 50s, 60s, Eastern Plains, 20s and 30s for the most part here in the high country. Temperatures well above average really statewide here today. Radar quiet as could be, and it's going to stay that way over the next few days. Forecast, we're going to drop down to the 40s for us this evening, but of course our average low this time of year, average low temperature, get it, average is in the upper teens. So when we're dropping down to just the 30s for a low temperature, that is very warm for a low this time of year. Upper 50s for today. So if you're checking out the stock show, best 16 days in January. I was there back on Saturday night. Had a great time. I love going to the stock show. If you're going out there today, enjoy it. And it's going to be very, very comfortable out there. Right now, 57 for us here in the 9 News backyard. But we do have some interesting weather later this week in the form of weather that could affect the Broncos game. I'll tell you about that in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. The White House is sending several hundred more officers to Minneapolis as intense clashes continue outside the local ICE headquarters. Last week's deadly shooting of Colorado native Renee Good sparked several protests in other U.S. cities this weekend as well. One of them happened in Centennial outside the ICE office. Colorado's chapter of the National Social Action Group, General Strike, say they're behind that protest. Demonstrators have expressed their frustration that the Department of Homeland Security argues the agent who shot Good did it in self-defense. We reached out to ICE for a response to this weekend's protests, but did not hear back. And later today, 2 Denver City Council members will introduce a proposal to ban law enforcement from wearing masks. This would include federal agents. This comes as we have seen immigration enforcement operations playing out across the country. Oftentimes, agents have covered their faces. Supporters of agents wearing masks argue that they face real risk of being put on the internet, threats and retaliation for their work in immigration enforcement. But the councilwomen behind the proposal say the masks create fear and confusion. Aurora City Council members say that they plan to formally oppose the ICE shooting during their first meeting of the year. Councilwoman Allison Combs is behind the resolution. Aurora has its own connections to ICE. It's home to the Geo ICE detention facility, which Combs calls a, quote, stain on the city. The chairman of the Federal Reserve Board says he's now under a federal criminal investigation. Jerome Powell says that investigation is focused on renovations at the Fed's headquarters, but he believes it's actually part of an ongoing pressure campaign by President Trump to lower interest rates. And human rights groups say more than 500 people have been killed amid Iran's crackdown on protesters. The groups add that about 10,000 people have been detained over the protests. President Trump threatened a strike on the Islamic Republic because of the deaths, and now he says Iran wants to negotiate with the U.S.